At Christmas, my parents shut the door on my 11-year-old, where full mom said, and locked it. She walked home alone with the gift she'd wrapped for them. When I found out I didn't call, I didn't cry. 4 hours later, their holiday dinner was interrupted by a call they never expected. I was still in my pajamas when she came back through our front door, snow melting into the hardwood fingers, stiff around that glittered gift bag she'd been so proud of. She didn't slam the door. She didn't yell. She just stood there, eyes red, lips trembling, like she was trying to be brave for me. They said they were full, she whispered. Full. My parents' house has 4 bedrooms, a finished basement, and a dining table that stretches long enough for 20. Full wasn't about space, it was about us. Who was there, I asked. Aunt Jennifer, Madison and Tyler, Uncle Brian. I saw wine glasses on the table. She swallowed. Grandma closed the curtains before I could show her the scarf. The scarf she'd learned to knit from late-night YouTube tutorials, the painting she'd worked on for 3 weeks. A winter lake, soft blue sky, tiny silver brushstrokes for snow. I felt the heat rise in my chest. Not loud, not explosive, just steady. I didn't call my mother. Instead, I opened my laptop. I already had access. Joint property records, the house title, the trust documents my father once bragged about at Thanksgiving. He liked to remind everyone that everything was structured properly. It was, just not the way he remembered. I clicked into the shared folder labeled Coleman Family Trust, the one they'd added me 2 years ago when they needed my signature on a refinance. They never removed my access. They never thought I'd look. There it was, the draft amendment from 2 months ago. The line shifting the majority of the trust assets to Jennifer's children. Not mine, not Emma. No conversation, no discussion, just a quiet change. I downloaded the file. Then I opened my phone and scrolled to the neighborhood group chat. 42 members, cousins, aunts, family friends, the same people probably sitting at that table right now carving ham. I didn't post anything yet. At 6:58 p.m., my mother texted. Emma overreacted. We were trying to keep it intimate. I typed nothing back. At 7:11 p.m., my father called. I let it ring. At 7:23 p.m., my cousin Leah sent a message in the group chat, beautiful night with family. So grateful everyone could make it. Everyone. I attached the PDF. No caption. No explanation. Just the highlighted clause reallocating the trust away from my daughter dated 2 weeks before Christmas. Sent. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Reappeared. Then my phone rang. My mother. I answered this time. What did you just send? Her voice wasn't angry. It was thin. The document you forgot I could see. That was preliminary. It wasn't finalized. It was signed. Silence. I could hear voices behind her. Dishes clinking. Someone asking what was wrong. You embarrassed us, she whispered. I stood in my quiet kitchen, watching my daughter unwrap her own scarf and drape it around her shoulders like she was trying to convince herself it was enough. You locked the door on my child, I said. Calm, measured. That has nothing to do with the trust. It has everything to do with it. In the background, my aunt's voice cut through the call. Is that true? You cut Brianna out. The volume rose. Chairs scraped. My father took the phone. Take that down, he said. Controlled. Low. The tone he used when he thought he could still command me. Is it fake? I asked. You're blowing this out of proportion. Did you tell the whole table tonight that you changed the trust? More silence. That was my answer. Another message popped into the group chat. Leah, wait. What is this? Then Brian, we need to talk offline. Jennifer, mom. The dinner wasn't quiet anymore. I could hear it unraveling through the speaker. Accusations, questions, someone saying on Christmas Eve. My father's breathing grew heavier. You're creating a scene. No, I said. You did that when you turned my daughter away. He didn't respond. I heard my mother's voice sharper now. Who told her she still had access? I ended the call. 3 minutes later, my email notification pinged. Access revoked. Too late. Another cousin messaged privately. Is this why Emma wasn't invited? I didn't answer. At 8:02 p.m., the neighborhood group chat exploded. Screenshots, reposts, people asking why an 11-year-old was excluded while inheritance paperwork was quietly rewritten. My father called again. I declined. My mother left a voicemail. Brianna, please. This isn't how family handles things. I stared at the blinking notification and finally pressed record. You shut the door on my child, I said into the quiet. So I opened one. Sent. I walked upstairs and found Emma sitting cross-legged on her bed, the painting resting against her dresser. Do you think they'll ever like my art? She asked. I sat beside her. They don't have to, I said, but they don't get to decide your worth. My phone buzzed again. This time it wasn't family. It was the trust attorney. Subject, urgent document circulation. I opened it. Apparently once a signed amendment becomes public within the beneficiary group contesting, it gets complicated. Very complicated. Downstairs my voicemail filled up. Jennifer accusing. Brian blaming. My father demanding I retract the post. My mother crying. Then one final message from my father. You've started something you can't undo. I looked at the PDF again. At the date, at the signatures. No, they had. And now the entire family knew. Outside snow kept falling. Quiet. Steady. Inside their house, Christmas dinner was over. And this was only the beginning.